Hi friends, welcome to IISN YouTube channel. Now we are going to see the topics on looping statement. Before we get into the sessions, if you like this video, please share this video with your friends. Please click the subscribe button and bell button. Okay, so now we are going to proceed into the session. Okay, so now we are going to see what is looping statement. Okay, so looping statement is used to execute the block of code continuously until it finds the statement is false. Okay, so that is what it is called looping statement. Okay, so let's see first what is looping statement. Okay, so here you see we are having this is the conditions, right? Okay, so we are going to write the conditions over there. Okay, so then we are having the block of code. Okay, so block of code. Okay, so here you see it will be going to check this condition. If it is true, it will be get inside and it will be going to execute this block of code. Okay, so after executing this, again it will be going to check the condition. If the condition is written true, okay, so again it will be going to execute the block of statement. Okay, so again it will be going to execute this block of statement. This block of statement is going to be keep on execute. Okay, only the particular condition is true. Okay, so if it is false, if it find false, it will be execute the statement which is next to this block of looping statement, looping condition. Okay, so now we are I hope you understand what is looping statement. Now we are going to see the types of looping statement which is present in Java. Okay, so the first type is for loop, while loop and do while. Okay, we are going to see what is for loop. Okay, so here you see the in this for loop. Okay, so the for loop is used to execute the block of statement until the condition gets filed, right? Okay, so this is the general things of the looping statement, but in the for loop you will be having the initialization, condition checking, increment or decrement and block of code. Okay, so this is the general syntax of this for loop. Okay, so here you see we having the initialization, condition checking and increment and decrement. Okay, so this is the syntax. Okay, so now we are going to see the implementation part of this for loop. Okay, so I am going to create one class. Okay, I am going to create one packages. Under this packages, I am going to create this class com.isn.looping statement. Okay, so under this package, I am going to create a class. We are seeing the examples of for loop, right? For loop pgm. Okay, so I am going to create one classes. Okay, so here you see I am going to create one variable. Just we are going to printing the multiplications table, right? Okay, so for this I am going to declare one variable. Okay, so that is m. Okay, so and we are going to create a scanner classes to read the input from the user. Okay, semicolon. Then we are going to import these packages. Okay, so void get data. We are going to get the values from the user for which type of which multiplication table they want to print. Okay, sys out println. Okay, so in this statement I am going to ask the input from the user. Enter the multiplication table number. Okay, so we are going to have the variables m to collect the input from the user. Okay, m equal to the scanner object is s, right? Okay, so s dot next int. Okay, so then here you see I am going to perform this operation for loop. Okay, so void print multiplication. Okay, so in this I am going to use the for loop. Okay, so for loop, what is the syntax? For initialization int I is equal to 1, then semicolon I is greater than 10, then I plus plus. Okay, so here you see I am going to print this statement. Okay, so I am going to print sys out, okay, I am going to print the values, okay. So like this, okay. So how we have to print? First 1 into, if the user is going to give 6, 1 into 6, 6, likewise we have to print, right, okay. So I am just going to print the values of I, okay, I, okay. So then concatenation, double quotes, in this I am going to use star, okay. So then concatenation, here you see we have to concatenate string as well as a variable, so that we are using plus symbol over there, okay, right, okay. So then I am going to use the multiplications number, right, okay. So what is the multiplications number? If the user is going to give the values, that will be going to store it on the m variable, so that I am going to use the m over here, okay. So then that should be followed by equal to symbol, right, okay. So in this double quotes I am going to print the equal to symbol, okay. So then I am going to evaluate it, okay. So that is I star m, okay. So I star m, okay. So this is a statement, okay. So first we are going to execute this program, then I am going to explain you, okay. Okay, so here you see we are using for loop classes to create object for the particular classes. FL equal to new for loop semicolon, okay. So FL dot get data, FL dot get data, and then FL dot print multiplication table, right, okay. So we are going to run this program now and check it whether we are getting the proper output or not, okay. It is asking the multiplications table number. I am going to enter the table number is 6. Now you see we got the output, okay. So we have to, okay, so we have to give up to 10, right, okay. So that I am going to use lesser than or equal to 10, okay. So I am going to give, so I am going to give 6. Now you see we got the table up to 10, right, okay. So this is the for loop execution flow. Let's see the executions, let's see the understanding of this, how the program is going to executing this one, okay. So I am going to explain this on here, right, okay. So here you see we are using this statement, right, okay. So for loop, okay. So just I am going to write this on here, okay. So for int I is equal to 1, I is greater than or equal to 10, okay. So then I plus plus, right, okay. So then I am going to use this set of statement. Inside this I am going to use system dot out dot println, okay. So what we are what you are printing, okay. So we are first we have to print the I values, okay. So then we are using star symbol, okay. So then that should be equal followed by m, okay. So here you see we given the m equal to 6, right, okay, is in the program, okay. So then that should be followed by equal to symbol, okay. So then I am going to use I star m. This is a statement, right, we given, right, okay. So let's see this execution flow of this program. First it will be going to start with the initialization, okay. So 1, okay. Then after the initialization it is going to check this condition. If the condition is true, okay, it will be going to execute this block, okay, true, okay. So if the condition is true, it will be going to execute this block. Then after executing this block, okay, so it will be going to increment the value by 1, okay. So here you see I plus plus means it is just going to increment the I value by 1, okay. After incrementing, okay, so this is 1, 2, okay. So executing the statement is 3, increment decrement is 4. After incrementing decrement operation, again it is going to check this condition, okay. So it will be going to check the condition again. If it is true, it will be get inside, that is 6, okay. If the condition is failed over here, okay, so if the condition is failed over here, it will be exit from the loop and is going to execute the statement, so which is outside of this for loop, okay. So it will be going to execute this statement which is outside of this for loop, okay. So if you are having any statement over here, that statement will be going to executed if this condition is going to be failed, okay. So this is the one, right, okay. So if the condition is failed, right, okay. Now we are going to see the execution of this loop in clear manner, okay. So first here you see we are going to initialize the I value 1, okay. So I value is equal to 1. After the initialization we return the statement, that is I is lesser than or equal to 10, Okay, so now we are having the I value is 1, right? Okay, so then equal to 10. If statement is true or false, it is telling that so 1 is lesser than 10, right? Okay, so here you see the lesser symbols, it is indicate this one is a lesser one, and the greater symbol, that is jar, it is just like fish jar, right? Okay, so in this side it is telling that it is a greater one. Okay, so as of now the one is which is lesser than 10, right? Okay, so it is going to return true. Okay, so if it is true, it will be get inside, right? Okay, so what statement we return? Okay, so we return I. Okay, so plus, okay, double quotes. Okay, so then plus, okay, so then we are going to print m. Okay, so plus in this double quotes. Okay, so then we are given equal to, then that should be followed by plus. Okay, so then we are given I star m. Okay, so this is a set of block, right? Okay, so this is a set of block. Okay, we given. Okay, so now we are going to submit this value on here, right? Okay, what is I value we are given, we got? Okay, so I value we got is I value is 1, right? Okay, so 1 plus that, and this statement is given on the double quotes, it is so that it will be going to be print as it is. Okay, so star. Okay, then that should be followed by m. Okay, so it is not given on the double quote, so that it will be going to check the values which is present on the m. Okay, so values which is present on the m is 6. Okay, it will be printing as it is. Then that should be followed by, we are using the concatenate symbol, and in the double quotes we are using a equal to symbol, that is equal to symbol. Okay, so plus, so whatever the statement which is given on this parenthesis like this, it is just going to perform the mathematical operation. Okay, so what value you have having for the I, right, is 1, right? Okay, so star. Okay, so what is the value we are getting on the m? Okay, so it is 6, right? Okay, so 1 into 6, that is 6. It will be going to be print on the first iteration. Okay, so it is a first iteration. This one is first iteration. After printing the statement, okay, so after printing the statement, it is moved to the increment part, that is I value is going to be incremented by 1. Okay, so that now the I value is going to be incremented by 1, so that I value previously it is 1, and now it will be incremented by 1 means it will be 2, right? Okay, then after again it is going to check this condition. Okay, so what is the statement? I lesser than or equal to 10. Okay, so what is I value here? We are having 2, right? Okay, so 2 lesser than or equal to 10. Okay, so now you see the 2 which is lesser than 10, right? Okay, so that it is going to be true. Okay, so after executing this statement, it is true, so that it will be going to execute this block, this statement which is we written on here, right? Okay, so now you see what is I value we are having? I value is 1. Then the values which is given on the double quote, it is going to be print as it is, though that star. Okay, so what is the value we are getting for the m? Okay, so m is going to be 6, right? Okay, so 6. Okay, then we are having the double equal to symbol. Okay, so it is going in the double quote, so that it will be print as it is. Okay, so then here you see plus symbol, it is used to concatenate this one I star m. Okay, so what is I value we are having? It now it is 2, right? Okay, so 2 star 6, what it is? That is, it will whatever the statement which is given on the double quotes, that is going to be evaluated, right? Okay, so 2 into 6, that is 12, right? Okay, so 12. Okay, so I value is 2. Okay, 2 into 6, 12. Okay, so now we are going to print these values on the second iteration. Okay, so this value is going to, this value it is going to be print on the second time. Okay, so when the loop is going to be execute this block, likewise this statement will be keep on executing until the particular condition is going to be failed. Okay, so when it is going to be failed, okay, so here you see if is going to print, just consider I values became 10. Okay, so I values is 10. Okay, so it will be keep on executing the rest of the statement 3, 4, 5. Okay, so until 10 it will be going to be print, right? Okay, so likewise this statement is going to be print. Okay, so now we are going to print the values when the I value is 10, right? Okay, so after the incrementing, I value is going to be 10. Okay, so then it will be going to check the condition. Okay, so I which is greater than lesser than equal to 10. Okay, so what is I value here? We are having 10, right? Okay, so 10 lesser than or equal to, it is telling that the numbers which is on this side, that is left hand side, it is telling, so this is lesser than or equal to, but it is, this number is not lesser than 10, right, okay, but it is equal to 10, okay. So that in this condition is going to be written true, okay. So first one is lesser than is not satisfied, okay, so or equal to, okay. So equal to is condition satisfied, right, 10 equal to 10 is true, right, okay. So that it will be going to execute this block of statement, okay. So here you see the I value we are having on here is 10, okay. So 10 star, okay. So m value is 6, okay, 6, then that should be followed by equal to symbol, okay. So now we are going to print the execute this statement, okay. So I value is now 10, right, okay. 10 into 6, okay, I value is 10, okay, m value is 6, okay. So we are given, okay, so in the program, okay. So 10 into 6 it is going to be 60, right, okay. After executing the statement, again it will be going to increment the values, I values by 10, okay. So this statement is going to be executed when the I value is going to be 10, okay. So just you are going to evaluate the values from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, okay. So it will be going to working the same principle, okay. So now you see I value is going to be 11, okay. So after the executing the statement, I value is going to be incremented by 1, again it is going to check this condition, okay, that is 11 lesser than or equal to 10, okay. So here you see I value is 11, okay. So it is telling that 11 is lesser than or equal to 10, but it is not lesser than to 10 or and it is also not equal to 10. So that the condition is failed, okay. So here you see if the condition is failed, what it is going to do, if it is false means it will be going to execute the statement which is there in the outside of this one, okay. So this is the working flow of this for loop. So now we are going to see the next topic is about while loop, okay. So while loop is used to execute the block of statement until the condition is get failed, right, okay. So this same as the for loop, okay. So but in the while loop you don't have the initialization or increment statement, it hold only the conditional statement, right, okay. So here in this main difference between the for loop and while loop is, if the conditional statement is not given in the for loop, it execute the block of code infinite times, and if you not given the condition statement in the while loop, it is thrown compilation error, okay. So here you see it is the first point, okay. So it is one of the important entry points. What is the difference between while loop and for loop? It is going to be asking to the fresher, okay, while they get into this software industry, okay. So this is the one of the important questions. What is the main difference between for loop and while loop, okay. So another one, okay. So another main difference is, for loop and while loop is, if you want the loop to break based on the condition other than number of times it runs, you should use while loop, okay. So that is, you want to know you certain block of statement you have to execute number of times, then you have to use for loop. Whereas in the while loop, okay, so you want to execute the statement until the condition is get failed, where you can use while loop, okay. So this is the two main difference between the for loop and while loop, and these are the most important questions for the entry point of view for the fresher, okay. So now you see we are going to get into the implementation part of this while loop, okay. While loop. Same as I am going to print the for loop, okay. So int print the same as the for loop program, okay. So int m, okay. So I am going to save the time, just I am going to call this statement, okay, on here. Just I am going to get the values for both the values. So I am going to write a looping statement, while check condition, okay. So in this I am just going to write a while loop, okay, while loop, okay. So then I am going to declare one more variable, I equal to 1, okay. So here you see I am going to give I which is lesser than or equal to 10, okay. So just I am going to write this statement, just I am going to write this statement on here in this while loop, okay. Let's see the difference between for loop and while loop on here, right, okay. So I am going to use main, in this main method I am just going to Okay, so just I am going to create while loop. Okay, so WL equal to new while loop semicolon WL dot get data, then WL dot check. Okay, so here you see I am just going to execute this program. Let's check the how output we are getting. Okay, so I am just going to print the 6. Okay, so here you see this loop is keep on executing because we don't have the any increment or decrement operations inside this for loop, right? Okay, so that this statement will be keep on executing. Okay, so now you see I am just going to put the increment operation inside the loop. Okay, so here you see this block of now we will be going to set the break. Okay, so each time the I loop is going to be incremented by 1. Okay, so then here you see the initialization is given on outside and incrementation decrementation operation was given on the inside. Okay, so that whenever the loop is going to get executed, this value is going to be incremented by 1. Okay, so let's execute this program, check it. I am going to give 6. Okay, now you see we got the output, right? Okay, so after the condition is get failed, okay, so it will be terminate the execution flow. Okay, so now we are going to see the execution how this program is get executed. Okay, so we are going to see in the explanation part. Okay, so here you see what we return. Okay, so that is while. Okay, so then I is lesser than or equal to 10. Okay, then I am going to write the same statement SOP. Okay, so instead of writing system.out.println, I am going to write it like this. Okay, so I plus star plus, okay, so m, okay, so m value previously we given is 6, right? Okay, so m, okay, so then that should be followed by equal to symbol. Okay, so plus, okay, so I star m. Okay, this is the statement we given inside, right? Okay, so and also we put increment symbol, right? Okay, so previously we initialize I value is equal to 1. Okay, here you see it will be taking the I value is equal to 1 and m equal to 1. Okay, so I will be going inside of this loop. Okay, so I value here we are having is 1, right? Okay, so I values became 1. Okay, so it will be going to check the condition. Okay, so I is lesser than or equal to 10. Okay, so the I value is 1, right? Okay, so it is telling the statement is true. Okay, so that it will be get inside. Okay, so likewise it will be going to be print this statement, the values which is not given on the double quote, it will be going to be print as it is. So 1. Okay, so then that should be followed by in the double quotes we given star, right? Okay, so 1 star. Okay, so then that should be followed by m. What is the m value? We are having 6, right? Okay, so 6. Okay, so equal to, okay, so we given something on the equal to. Okay, so then we are going to evaluate 1. Okay, so I into m. Okay, so I is 1. Okay, so m is 6, I into m. Okay, so it is going to be 6, right? Okay, so after performing this operation, here you see in this statement itself we are given the I increment value, so that when it will be coming out, okay, so I values became 2, right? Okay, so it is the execution of this first iteration. Okay, so after executing this, again it will be going to check this condition if the condition is true or false. Okay, so if this condition is true, right? Okay, so that will be going to be check this condition 2 is lesser than greater than equal to less than or equal to 10. Okay, so this statement is right. Okay, so that it will be going to get inside and executing the same methodologies of how this particular statement is get executed. Okay, so here you see in this I we are going to put 2. Okay, so then star is going to be printed because it is given on the double quotes, and the m value is going to be 6. Okay, so then 6. Okay, so then that should be followed by equal to symbol 2 into 6. It is going to be evaluated if you give it something on the parenthesis. Okay, mathematical operation is going to be performed. Okay, so 2 into 6 is 12. Okay, so then after it will be going to increment I value by 3. Okay, so likewise this flow will be keep on executing until the condition is going to be false. Okay, so until it will be going to execute up to when I values became 10. Okay, so when it is I value became 11, it get terminated. Okay, so this is the execution of this while loop. Okay, so you want to, the main difference between the for loop and while loop is, okay, so you want to execute block of statement number of times. Okay, so you can use for loop. Okay, so but in the while loop you want to execute the block of statement until the condition is get failed, where you can use while loop. Okay, so so we can use this type of statement when we are going to retrieve the data from the database or some external operations works. Okay, so we are going to discuss this database based operation in the upcoming videos. Okay, so hope you understand this while loop. Okay, so now the next one we are going to say is do while. Okay, so what is do while? Okay, so do while, it is just going to execute at the statement block of statement at least once. Okay, so here also it doesn't have a initialization or condition checking. If we want, we have to give it externally. Okay, so do while, it is going to execute the block of statement at least once. Okay, so without checking any condition, it is going to execute this program, execute the block of code once, then after only it will be going to check the condition. Okay, so this is the how the do while is going to be working. Okay. Okay, now we are going to see the implementations of how do while is working. Do while. Okay, so I am going to give int I is equal to 1. Okay, same as previous one. Okay, so then int m. Okay, so these two are the variables. Okay, so here you say I am going to save the time, I am just going to copy this statement from here, these two methods from while loop to just I am going to put it on the do while. Okay, so here you see we don't have the scanner classes. Scanner is equal to new, oh sorry, system dot in. Okay, semicolon. Just we are going to import this block of statement. Okay, import these packages. Okay, so now you see I am going to create a main function. Okay, so in this main function I am going to call this do while, dw equal to new do while. Okay, so I am going to change the syntax. Okay, so in this do while, this statement will be command lost. Okay, so before that we have to have do statement over here. Okay, so now you see we are going to execute this statement dw dot get data. Okay, so then dw dot check. Okay, now I am going to run this statement. Number of multiplication is 6. Okay, so here you see this statement is going to be executed same as this, but here you see it will be going to execute the block of statement at least once. Okay, so without checking the condition, first it will be get inside, first it will be going to be print the statement. Okay, so then after it will be going to increment the values, after that only it will be going to check the statement whether it is true or not. If it is true, okay, so it will be proceed further it will be going to execute the statement. If it is fails over here, it will be exit from the loop. Okay, so hope you understand the looping statement about for loop, while loop and do while. Okay, so if you have any questions, okay, so you can give it on the comment section. If you like this video, please share this video with your friends. Okay, so please click the subscribe button, okay, and bell button. Thank you.